Good morning, students. Computer network. So this class, I'm going to discuss switching. You know what is a network? A network is a set of connected device. Suppose that if we have multiple devices, we have the problem of how to connect them to make one-to-one communication possible. So if we have a number of systems, then we have the problem how to connect and communicate. One solution is to make a point-to-point connection between each pair of devices by using mesh topology, or between a central devices and every other devices, for example using the star topology. These methods are impractical and wasteful when we apply it to very large networks. So the systems are more and more, hundreds of systems, thousands of systems, then it is impractical. The number and the length of this link require too much infrastructures to be cost efficient, and the link would be ideal most of the time. If you use the other topologies, that is the multiple connections, such as a bus, this also ruled out because the distance between the devices and the total number of devices increased beyond the capabilities of the media and equipment. So what is the solution? That is, the better solution is here switching. So a switched network consists of series of interlinked nodes called switches. And the switches are devices which capable of creating temporary connections between two or more devices linked to a switch. In a switched network, the nodes are connected to end system. Either it is a computer or telephone. Then others are used only for the routing. Now, this is the switched network. Here the end system A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. These are the end systems, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are the switches. Therefore, the end systems are connected to various switches. So each switch is connected a multiple link. So a multiple link. So in order to send the data or communicate with the other system means we use the various switches. Suppose that from switch 1, switch 2, then switch 5, then switch 4, and then the destinations. Like that, we can communicate the end system with the other end system by means of the switches. So what is called the switched network. This is the taxonomy of the switched network. So the switched network can be classified into circuit switched network, packet switched network, and message switched network. Again, the packet switched network has the datagram network and virtual circuit network. Let me see one by one. The first one is a circuit switched network. So what is a circuit switched network? A circuit switched network consists of a set of switches connected by the physical link. A connection between two stations is a dedicated path made up of one or more links, and each connection uses only one dedicated channel on each link. Each link is normally divided into n channels by using FDM or TEDM, that is frequency division multiplexer and time division multiplexing. Okay, so here we have to discuss the following things: three phases. What are the three phases? And the efficiency of the switched circuits, then delay in the switched circuits, then how the switched circuits you adapted in telephone network, etc. So this is an switched circuit. So a switched circuit consists of set of switches connected by the physical link. A connection between two stations is a dedicated path made of one or more links. So here in this switched network with 4 switches and 4 links. So this is switch 1, 2, 3 and 4 switches and 4 links. So this is another link, this is another link. Another 4 links. And each link is divided into n channels. So here n equal to 3 n channels by using a FDM or TDM. The n systems, so A and M are the n systems. These may be computer or telephones which are directly connected to the switch. So A is connected to the switch and also that M is connected to the switch. When the n system A want to communicate with the n system M, so the n system A want to communicate with the n system M, the system A needs to request a connection to M that must be accepted by all the switches as well as the M. So all the switches as well as the M. So this is called the setup phase. So there are 3 phases: setup phase, data transfer phase and tear down phase. The first one is a setup, establish the connection. So what is called a setup phase. After the dedicated path is established, so data transfer can take place. Once the dedicated path is established, we can transmit the data. So what is called the data transfer phase. And then when the data is transmitted, then the circuit comes to tear down. Okay, so this is called the tear down phase. So there are 3 phases. One is a setup phase and another one is a data transfer phase. After that, when it completes, then the system comes to tear down phase. So in switching circuit, the resources need to be reserved during the setup phase. The resources remain dedicated for the entire duration of the data transfer until the tear down phase. So let us see an example. So let me use a circuit switched network to connect 8 telephones in a small area. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 telephones in a small area. The communication is through 4 kilohertz voice channel. So 4 kilohertz voice channel. Assume that each link uses a FDM, that is frequency division multiplexing, to connect a maximum of 2 voice channels. So we can connect a maximum of 2 voice channels. Okay. So this one, this one. The bandwidth of each link is 8 kilohertz. Okay. So this is the bandwidth. It is maximum of 8 kilohertz. This figure shows this situation. Okay. So how the connections are established. Okay. Now that telephone 1 is connected to 7. So this is the telephone 1, which is connected to 7. Then 2 to 5. So 2 to 5. Similarly, 4 to 6, 3 to 8. So 3 to 8 and 4 to 6. So this is a circuit switched network. So another example is a computer. Okay. Consider a circuit switched network that connects computer into the remote office of a private company. The offices are connected using T1 lines leased from a communication service provider. Okay. So the T1 lines, which has 1.54 Mbps capacity. There are 4 into 8, that is the 4 input and 8 output channels. So 4 input and 8 output channels. Each switch, 4 output ports are folded into input ports to allow the communication between the computer in the same office, and the 4 output ports are allowed communicate between 2 offices. Okay. So here we have connected various switches, okay, and then use the T1 line. Then the receiver has the switched circuit in which the communication is available. Then, so I already explained what is the setup phase, data transfer phase, and tear down phase. So in the setup phase, before the 2 parties can communicate, a dedicated circuit need to be established. Here, a dedicated circuit need to be established. The end systems are normally connected through dedicated line to the switches. Okay. Suppose that when the system A needs to connect to M, it's send a setup request that includes the address of the system M to switch 1. Then switch 1 find a channel between itself and switch 4. So by this way, then the switch 1 send the request to switch 4, which find a dedicated channel between itself and the switch 3. So this is set up. The switch 3 inform the system M of the system A's intention at this time. Okay, so that, so between these two and then these two switches, then connect to M. Then next, the system M send an acknowledgement in the opposite direction. It means it send the acknowledgement signal to A. Only after the system A receive this acknowledgement, the connection is established. Once the connection is established, then the setup phase is over. After that, the data transfer phase. The data is transmitted in the dedicated path. So that is the data transfer phase. When the data transfer is completed, then it comes to the tear down phase. That is, a signal is sent to each switch to release the resources. What is called a tear down phase. Then next one is a efficiency. The switched circuit networks are not as efficient as other two type of network because the resources are allocated during the entire duration of the connections. So it is not so efficient compared than the other two one. The next one is a delay. So during the data transfer, which is not delayed at each switch, the resources are allocated for the duration of the connection. This figure shows there is no waiting time at each switch. The total delay is due to the time needed to create the connection, data transfer, and disconnect the circuits. Okay, so the data is transferred. So this is the connection and the disconnection. So this is the delay in the switched circuit network.